Hello, good people.
How y'all doing? Welcome to episode 3
Episode
of
three.
Unscripted Beautiful Life.
Yes,
Really?
unscripted. Let's do it.
Really? So, how y'all doing? I am Katrina Henderson, owner and creator for Unbreakable Memories.
Andre Henderson.
Really?
Just
Really?
Andre.
Whatever. This is marketing. um, we are so glad that you are joining us tonight. Tonight's topic is on what did we say?
Look, let's do this because we had a topic.
Investing in our relationship.
Yes, we had a topic before our extravagant weekend that we had. So we changed our topic to investing in your relationships.
Okay, so what does that mean? Since that's what you
Uh so investing, everyone knows what invest means. It means to put back into your business or to whatever it is that you're doing. So it's pretty much to put back, to get back, put back in. So we came up with this idea, investing in your relationship, because we went to a marriage retreat this weekend from Thursday to Sunday, and it was amazing. It was our second year actually, but it was amazing. And we had a topic before that, but once we came back, actually we were sitting there and I said, babe, I really think that we need to change our topic this week and talk about the retreat, because a lot of people don't do these things. They don't invest in their relationships.
right. So what he's talking about is we went to the Radical Love Retreat that was hosted by Abiding Faith Ministries. This was our second year going. We were invited last year by Tiffany and Rick Childs. So thank you again for that. But just our experience from last year to this year, we're like, no, this is an annual thing of getting back to us, because a lot of times in a marriage, you are taking care of the kids, you got jobs, you have all this other stuff. It's hard to find time for just the two of you. And this retreat is very intentional on making sure that that experience is just about us, right? So we're connecting with other couples. We had time to just kind of roam about on the resort. We were at the
What was the thing called?
Hyatt in Cambridge. The
Yes,
experience.
it was called the
It was called the
experience.
experience. And so it was a lot. It was really focused on us um being intentional with experiencing one another at this beautiful resort and just getting in the time that you need. Because kids home, it is what
Jobs,
like there's all these other
life.
obligations, right? And so it is hard to find that time together. And so this was, it was for us. And it was, again, one of those things we said that every year this is what we are going to do. So
And that's why we chose this, investing in your relationships, investing in your marriage. Um, it was called the experience because last year when we went, it was kind of like session after session after session, which wasn't a bad thing. It was also another very good thing. But the best part about it was that the people who ran the whole thing, they were listening to the people who did surveys and things about, we didn't get to experience the resort. And if you've never been to the Hyatt, is it Hyatt Regency?
Hyatt
Just
and
Hyatt?
Chesapeake, the Hyatt something golf and
Yeah,
something spa retreat. It's in Cambridge, Maryland. So
Cambridge, Maryland.
right
Look it
on
up.
Chesapeake Bay.
Yep, look it up. It's very nice. It's they have like a, I don't want to say a boardwalk, but you can walk on the beach. And we went. It was Thursday when we went down. Thursday was beautiful. Thursday was beautiful. The weather was very nice. Friday was okay. Saturday it was really cold. But they had us doing a scavenger hunt, and I mean, it was some stuff on the resort, but also out in the town,
Out in Cambridge.
out
Yep.
in the Cambridge area. And if you've never been to Cambridge, it's a really nice, small, quiet town. Um, just being able to kind of like live your life worry free, and we just was out there with not not having to worry about what the kids gonna eat or what they doing. We kind of just escaped reality. And it was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, we don't get us wrong. We love being around the kids. We love that. But while we were there, we realized that we as parents, a lot of times we forget about each other, and we start putting so much into the kids that you forget to give each other that time, give each other that quality time that's needed. And it was definitely a great experience. I will say this, that I fall victim to for my wife because I forgot to keep dating her.
It's
So
the two. It's both of us, though. It's not just.
yeah, but I gotta stand on it, babe, and just say that. So investing also, don't just because you're married, just remember, keep dating, because just because you got her don't mean you could keep her. You could lose her.
Yeah.
So you don't, if you really love someone, you want to continue investing into that marriage, just like a career. You will continue investing into in your career to continue to grow and grow and grow. You have to do that in your relationships as well, in your marriage. You can't stop investing in your marriage. You can't stop growing in your marriage, because once you do that, then you kind of could be lost, and then y'all start hating each other and not liking each other. I want her to still not be in love. I want her to stay in love.
I think it's important that um you continue the dating, because right when you're what we call it, courting is what they would call it, but when you're in dating, you're trying to, like, okay, am I going to make a future with this person? You're doing all the things, right? But then, like he said, once you're married, it's kind of like, oh, I got her. But you still have to show appreciation. You still have to show thanks. You still have to show gratitude for your spouse. And so that's why it's important for, like, date nights. One of the things that I love that they gave us is we made
Mm.
a jar, a date night jar. So it had, look, on popsicle sticks, we wrote out like date night ideas. And so that was good, because now it's like, if the kids are away for the weekend and we're like, well, what are you going to do? Now we can just go pull a popsicle stick and find something to do, because it kind of it creates spontaneity
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
relationship, because now neither one of you have to think about the idea on what to do, because you just pulling a stick and you're going to go do with the stick. And it's just, it again is getting back to you, getting back to why you fell in love, why you chose your spouse, those type of things. Because when we're creating a beautiful life, what does beautiful look like for you as a couple?
Right.
Right? You know what it looks like with your kids,
Mm-hmm.
but what does it look like for you as a couple, and getting back to that life that you initially created in the beginning?
Yeah. So, going back to what she said about the jar, it was other things that we created while we was there too. It was a coupon book that you could just write anything on there, and when you feel spontaneous, pull that coupon book out and see what it says on it. And you gotta do what it say on there. Whether that's y'all going on a date, or it's my turn to cook, it's my turn to vacuum, it's my turn to do the dishes. No matter what it is, it was amazing. Just an overall experience being with other couples and hearing them speak about the things that they may go through in their relationships and their marriage. One thing I want everyone to understand is that you are not alone. Y'all are not alone in whatever you're going through with your spouse. Trust me, somebody else is going through it as well.
Rick said no refunds from the coupon book.
nah, no coupons. Yeah, make sure you tell them that one, Rick, for real.
They don't have expiration date, Rick.
They don't have no expiration dates, nothing. Oh, Rick, matter of fact, don't. I think is Alicia on here? and Michael here, I
I
think
don't
I
see.
think they still owe us a date, don't they? Yeah, yeah. They thought we forgot because we men. Nah, they lost a bet, y'all. For those that don't really know what's going on, this was over
All right, the
a year
show
ago.
over. Show over.
I think it was over a year ago. But nah. But that's what's great about it is that we can laugh and joke about these things. Um, it's this don't really have anything to do with it really does, but it doesn't. So I just came back from the grocery store. The kids have a little cough and some medicine. So the guy next to me, he was telling the people that's behind him that the line was closed. And I was like, man, you gonna start something, man. It's kind of crowded in here. And he was like, yeah, man. I said, man, don't worry about it, bro. Just trust me. Whatever goes on your day-to-day basis in this grocery store, don't take nothing personal what they say to you. Because when you start to do that, that's when you're gonna hate this job. I said my first job was a grocery store. And I loved it because I got to see different people all the time. But even those people that came in with attitudes and things like that, you learn from that. You learn from every experience that you have in your life. And I told him, I said, smile and don't take anything personal. So with me saying that, it's the same thing in your marriage. Y'all should be able to talk to each other, and even no matter what is said, that we don't take it personal. I'm not taking a shot at you. I'm not taking a jab at you. And another thing they said, we are not in what? Competition with each other.
Yeah.
We're not in competition. We got all one goal here.
I think that for me, what stood out on the conference when they were talking about just listening, like when we're having a discussion or just in communication or what have you, is ask God to allow you to listen from a different ear. Because sometimes, right, we may say something, we may say it one way, but we're not really saying it the way that it should be said. And so it can't be received. And so a lot of times when we can't necessarily hear what the other person is silently trying to say, that we don't get it. And then you're sitting back, well, I don't understand why you just don't understand what I'm saying, because what you're telling me doesn't, I can't hear it from the perspective. But if you go and say, okay, God, help me hear what he's really trying to say. Right. Because then I can go and say, okay, this is what I'm hearing you really say. Is that correct? And then we can have a much more open dialogue, because now I'm coming from the perspective I've invited God in, versus before I'm listening for, well, I know he about to cut cards. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking for the argument. Whereas if I bring God in and saying, God, help me understand his viewpoint, help me understand what he's trying to say, then I'm cutting it off at the head, because now I don't give room for any kind of misinterpretation with it. And I think if we can do that, that eliminates a lot of the conflict that we can have when we are talking.
That was supposed to be one of our topics, but we can go into it.
What? The communication?
God and me in relationship. But it's
Oh, I
like,
mean, hey, if it goes into
if
it,
it
it
goes
goes
into it,
into
it
it.
go to it. We just gotta start up something up. But well, we don't really have to dive that deep into it because it was something else. But as Trina was saying, is you have to definitely put God in it. God needs to be there, because He will show you the way. He's going to show you the way. A lot of times we go through life and it may be something that just happens just like that, right? And we don't automatically think, oh, God did that. I'm now at the point after my yes conference that the smallest little thing, I said, man, that's God. That's God. Because can't nobody else do it like him. Just listening to when we went to the conference, and what they do every year is they go around the room and they say, we want everybody to introduce themselves, tell us how many years you've been married, and where you from. Some people got up and they gave a testimony because God told them to speak. There was somebody there who had, in September, had brain cancer. Not brain cancer, she had brain surgery. I'm sorry. She had brain surgery and she was there. Another guy on the deathbed, diabetes, all this. Like to hear all of this stuff, you can't do nothing but thank God that you're here. We take for granted the little things of just being able to wake up in the morning and don't have a whole lot of health issues.
Mhm.
Thank God every morning when y'all wake up that y'all was able to open your eyes because everybody don't get that opportunity. Even if they do get the opportunity to wake up, what health issues are they dealing with? To be able to have all your fingers, have all your arms, your legs, and we take it we take for granted those little things, and we have to stop doing that. We have to really honestly thank God when you wake up, look in that mirror and thank Him because it was such an eye opening thing. And then there was another gentleman that talked about that he was dealing with cancer right now. You wouldn't have ever thought that this dude was dealing with leg cancer because he showed out for real. He had a blast, and I was thanking God for him, man, because like it was great to see. You'll see some of the hardest hardcore, and I mean it was so awesome. But I'm sitting there and was like, yeah, babe, this is definitely something that we have to go through every year because you build these relationships with these other couples and these other women, these other brothers that's there that are there to help you out too.
Yeah, I think what what's so good about it, and not even just the marriage retreat we went to, but just anything, any relationships you have with anyone in period, right? We've all been to different conferences, we've all even worked stuff. It's important to get in environments where you can learn from somebody else, you can hear somebody else's story, because it may shift some perspective for you. It may get you to be like, you know what, my life ain't so bad after you hear somebody's story, right? And so we may be talking about marriage from right now, but it happens with anything. Like him just going to the grocery store and running into somebody. Like you don't know who God allows to cross your path. And for you to be able to, you might have the encouraging word that somebody needs, right? To prevent them from, causing harm to themselves, or to prevent them to getting in a better attitude. So then now when they do go home, he's not yelling at his wife, whatever it is. Like it's important to, as much as like we talked last week about the introverts, right? As much as introverts want to stay to ourselves and we want to stay quiet, I know that there is still greater for us when we do connect with others, because we come from a different perspective than like an extrovert would, right? We're more in our heads,
Hmm.
those type of things. So even though an introvert, we still have to be in relationship with others, because that's how we learn the extroverted nature. That's how we learn what our weaknesses are, so that we can be like, okay, I'm not strong in this area, but I know somebody else is that can help me along. Like no matter what you think you want to do, nobody can be in a relationship without other people. Like you have to be in some type of relationship, communication, how friendships. Like you gotta be, that's just the way God has intended it. Rick talked about we love our circle. It's all about the circle. But I think I know more or less too, the older we get, you realize the importance of that circle, and understanding that you can't have some of the same jokers in your circle that you had when you was in high school, right? Because you just know it's about energy. It's about protecting peace. It's about being around those people that really can be genuine in relationships where you can truly be authentically you.
Hmm.
Right. And so that's what it's all about, is creating and being an environment where you can truly be who you are, as you are, by how you were created, and not necessarily worry about the competition piece of it. Like I'm not a threat to anybody. We may be doing the same things, but the way I do something is not going to be the way that you do something. And if we can really understand that, then think about how much better, how much more of a beautiful place this world would be
Mm-hmm.
if we all realize, like, it's plenty of, what is it, it's plenty out there for
Yep.
everybody. And we just, what is called for me is going to find me, and what's called for you is going to find you, and there is no competition in that.
Nah. So, like you say, dump that baggage at the door. So when we go out here in the workplace, don't, whatever issues you may have at your workplace, leave it at the workplace.
Mhm.
Don't bring it into the house. When Trina was working, I remember this might have been before we was married. It might have been right when we was married. I said, babe, one thing I don't ever want us to do is to bring our work home. And I mean that sometimes we have to work from home. But when I say bring your work home, that means like if you had an attitude that's something that happened at home, come home. We could sit down and we could talk about it. Don't talk at me, talk to me,
Right.
so that way we could talk about it. Because a lot of times we get the rough exterior as men that they could come at us any type of way. Nah, we have feelings like y'all have feelings, and a lot of times we get the roughness of it. So I'm like, wait, listen, I don't want to go up there and have to hurt nobody. So let's just sit down and let's talk about it. Because if they frustrating you like that, that frustrates me. So and I'm like, babe, no. Let's just come and talk to me about it. Don't talk at me because I ain't do it. I wasn't there. But I will help you get through this. And sometimes, a lot of times, women, they may not be looking for the answer. They just want to vent. They just want whatever's on their chest. They want to get it off. But us as men, we feel like we have to solve every problem that our children have, that our wife may have. We don't have to always solve everything. Sometimes we just got to sit and close our mouths and open up them ears. I tell my kids, especially when I was in elementary school, working in elementary school, I said, the good man, good Lord, give us two ears, one mouth for a reason. That's to talk less and listen more. So the more we listen, the more we learn. And I'm a talker. I love talking. So that's what I say. Everywhere I go,
That's why he's marketing.
everywhere I go, I find somebody, whether I know them or not, and we talk. Crazy story on crossing paths. Cambridge is an hour and a half away. All right, baby, you don't mind if I tell this story.
Mm-mm.
Cambridge is an hour and a half away. I used to work at this community center in Capitol Heights, Oak Crest Community Center. As those that are from Maryland, Prince George's County, knows that Capitol Heights is not a great area. It's a tough area. And I worked there for probably about 7, 8 years. I built a lot of strong relationships with a lot of the adults there and a lot of the children there as well, and the teens, because I was a team coordinator. And Trina asked me to go get her tea out the room. And this is where God plays this right here. Because if she doesn't ever ask me to go to the room to get this tea, I don't cross paths. All right. So I go to the room, I get the tea, and we didn't have a microwave in the room. There's a microwave right outside this store that was inside of the resort. Put the tea in there, warming it up, and I see two young men. They walk past me. I speak, how y'all doing? And they keep going. And as I'm standing there warming up the food, I look back and the two dudes are staring at me. The same guys that walk past me, and I'm sitting there like, dang, what these young fellas doing, bro? I hope they all right. So I get the tea out, not thinking nothing, put the tea out, grab the tea, and I walk off. And as I'm walking off, I hear Dre, and I turn around. It's the two young men. I'm like, what's up? Y'all all right? Everything cool? They like, it's me. I'm like, all right, listen, y'all. I've been around for a long time doing this. So tell me where I know y'all from. They say, man, we from Capitol Heights, bro, Oak Crest. And I was like, are you kidding me? All the way out here in Cambridge. God puts people in your life for a reason. It could be positive, it could be negative. But you, as you walk your journey, you walk your path, it's up to you to figure out why they in your life.
Mhm.
It's up to you. So I know where my place is now because of the passion that I have for the youth and for the kids. And when I see and I see kids like this, they haven't seen me. I haven't been back to Oakcrest since before COVID. So that's what 4 years ago now.
19,
So it's about
19.
we'll say about 4 years. I haven't been back to Oakcrest in that long because now I work at another community center, and I was still a part time employee at that time with Parks and Rec. I'm a full timer now, but for me to cross paths with them and they remembered who I am, it tells me a lot about myself, and it tells me that I really need to continue doing what I'm doing because I'm making a positive impact on the youth. Because if you don't have a positive impact, they're not going to remember who you are.
Mhm.
They're going to forget about you. And I didn't recognize these young boys because when I was there, they didn't have no facial hair, nothing. They were probably, the youngest brother probably was 12. The middle brother was maybe 14, and the oldest brother was 18. The oldest brother now is like, he's like 25. The middle brother, he's like, man, I'm 21 years old. I'm like, dang. And then the low brother, he's like, I'm a senior in high school. And I'm sitting there like, wow, man, how y'all even remember me? Because I think at that time, I had locks at that time. So it's one of them things to where when you are positive, just continue doing that. And that's not even just the youth I'm talking about. I'm talking about just people in general. You know, you never know what a hello may do for somebody. I got story for days of me held the door for an old gentleman, and I said, "Have a good one, sir." And he stopped and he was like, "Thank you, man." And I said, "Thanks for what?" He was like, "For calling me sir." And I was like, "Man, that's just how I was raised. You know, that we give a respect to people, and not even just older people. I say yes sir, no sir to anybody. My youth, I call my youth at the community center I work at. I'm like, how y'all doing today, sir? How you doing, young ladies? I give them that respect.
I think it also goes back to like, you pay attention to everything one that crosses your path, but also just the impact, period, because you never know when it may come back full circle, right? If let's say you had a bad relationship with those boys and you saw them and you start talking to them and then they start telling you like how bad their life had gone, and it's just like when you're walking in your assignment, you want to be able to make sure that what you do isn't going to hinder somebody else.
Right.
Right. And so you need to make sure, okay, am I smiling today? Am I being genuine today? Am I allowing someone else to be free? Right. Am I allowing someone else to, am I hindering
Right.
somebody else from being them? And you don't want to do that. Right. So if you
Mm.
can be your free self, not allow judgment, your past, limiting beliefs, all of the things to hinder you and keep you from like really being free,
Yeah.
then we really do create a beautiful world for ourselves. And I think that's like and I know we probably shifting topics, but I know that stuff is going to happen to us, right? Stuff happens to us in our past. There's ideas that we picked up from family, interactions and things like that. Things that may not necessarily been have that may have been the best for us,
Right.
but we learn from it. We understand, okay, that happened to us, but that doesn't define me.
Mm-mm.
That doesn't keep my story from ending right here. Like we talked about on the first episode, I think. Like we still had plenty of pages in the book. So you can rewrite the narrative that you picked up. Like just because you had a bad experience in a relationship, like in your first marriage or whatever, like I did, doesn't mean that you can't love again. Because if I felt that way, then I wouldn't be sitting here with my husband today. Right. So it's just understanding like, yeah, life might have lifed and it's happening to you right now, but it doesn't stop here. And so that's when it becomes important to invest in yourself. Like, when's the last time you just said, I'm going to a conference and like really have something pour back into your soul
Yeah.
to get you to shift your perspective, to get out of that negative belief and see, okay, you know what? Life ain't as bad as I think it is, because there's so much to be grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when you hear people share and you hear the stories and you're like, okay, God, this argument we just had 5 minutes ago don't mean nothing, because if you know, this gentleman here is battling cancer. Do I really care that we just had an argument about pepperoni on a pizza? You know what I mean? Like, just the minute things, and like getting in places with other couples and other friends, and you know, just relationships in general. It will allow you to say, my life isn't as bad as I think it is.
So going back to that, what Trina said on investing into your marriage last year when we went, and Trina will tell you because we talked about it, and I want to say it might have been after the conference or it might have been a little bit before the conference. I said we feel like roommates right now,
Yeah.
where you just getting by the day, and you could feel the difference. You could feel like the tension, but didn't know where the tension was coming from. And when I said that to her, I'm thinking that I'm about to get like, what you mean? She was like, you know what? I've been feeling that same way. And I was like, dang. So what am I doing now that's making you feel like that? So it made me look at myself in the mirror, but it was God again allowed us to go to this conference. And at that time we had just celebrated 11 years. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready for another 10. Just after the conference, just after that conference last year, I was like, dang, we was tripping. we, we was tripping for what though? And honestly, like at the point now, I don't even know why we felt like that, or what had transpired to make me feel like that, and then at the same time it made Trina feel that same way. So
I think you just, and I don't know if this was because this was a year ago, so who knows what it is. But
like,
when I just think about time together, and like, okay, in a marriage, when you have kids and all the other obligations, it's just like, oh, it's just an everyday thing. Like, it's routine. You get up in the morning, you get the kids ready for school, you go to work, you come home, you do dinner, get the kids ready for bed. Like, it's a continual cycle. And if you don't say, time out, right? We need to figure out a date night. We need to figure out game nights for the kids. Because right, even when you think about it with the kids, like they're still part of the relationship. So it's making sure that, okay, as if we're investing in us, then we also have to invest in the kids as a family unit,
mm-hmm,
right? Because when we are creating a beautiful life, it's like it's everybody.
yeah,
It ain't just us. It
right,
ain't just me, and it's not just you. It's the kid, and it's not just the kids. Like, your relationship cannot just be centered around
the
the kids.
kids,
How
yeah.
many marriages do you know where we're like, oh, we just in it for the kids? Well, why do
Hmm.
that? But see, I can understand. We were there at one point
Yeah, yeah.
where it
That
felt like that.
last year around this
But
same
I'm just
time before the
right.
conference. So
But and that's where you have to be like, okay, I'm throwing in the towel now. We need some help. We need a different perspective. We need to get back to, and one, figure out what's the issue. My check keep going down and down. Figure out what's the issue, so that we can say, okay, we won't be here again, and like really be intentional
intentional. Yep.
of not being here again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's one thing to say, "Oh, we're gonna go on this retreat," and then a week later, y'all back at each other throats. So it means nothing. Now, going back to the, I shouldn't even say going back because we're still on the topic, but just talking about marriage counseling, marriage, that whatever word that y'all want to use for getting help. And it's not just marriage. Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about everything of getting help. We have to get those stereotypes away that you are a weak person if you are seeking help. No, you're a weak person if you don't go seek
Yeah.
help, because you're still running, trying to hide and run away from the problem that is right in front of you. when you can simply say, the I'm going to be the best version of myself that I can be. And the only way you can do that is by trying to be better than you were yesterday. So if you didn't like what you was doing yesterday, figure out what it is that you need to do to change that. So the stereotypes that black men and don't that we don't need to go to counseling, we don't need to do all that, erase it. Get it out your mind. Because one, counseling, you have to for this, you have to figure out the best counselor for you, because everything is not going to work for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So this merge retreat works for us. And it's already calendared next year. We don't even have a date, but it's calendared for November, because we know we're going to be there because what it did for us.
But I think too is for us, and we had to realize this last year, like it was okay to seek some outside support, right? From what we were going through as a family, and understanding like if we didn't get somebody else, if we didn't call a therapist or counselor, whatever they want to call them, then we would have been back to that roommate situation, right? Or not even necessarily roommates. Like I'm upstairs, he downstairs in the basement, like the kids just off the chain, like all of that. Because you realize like you need somebody that can come in with an unbiased opinion and can hear both perspectives and give you some guidance and some advice on, okay, here's what I want you to try. Can you think about this? Can you think about that? How did this make you feel? How did you make you feel? Because when you're in the battle of it all, when you're in the thick of that disagreement or whatever that discomfort is, you can't hear each other.
Mm-mm.
No matter
Because
how
you hearing
much
what you want to
you
hear.
hearing what you want to hear. Because now I'm hearing, because I know I'm gonna have to defend what I'm getting ready to say or what he's saying, right? You get on a defense, and sometimes you do have to put yourself in a neutral environment so that you can hear clearly. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the things, one of the questions was like, where do you hear God? How do you hear God? For me, it's at the water, right? I I can sit in the house and I can pray and I can try and get still and I can try and meditate and all the other stuff. I'm not going to hear God as
Clearly.
clearly than when I'm at the water, because there's something about the calming of the water. Like with each wave that's coming in, I'm pulling in gratitude. As the wave goes out, I'm giving up worry, right? That's my place. But that doesn't mean that's everybody's place. Like some people are in the woods doing hikes, wherever yours is, like but you have to figure out that for yourself, because if you can't, then you'll always be hearing the noise. Like the chaos in your mind is going to continuously be going on and on and on.
Yep. So it even like Trina said is by the water. So she can't get to the beach every day, but we do have a pond that's down the street. That's walking distance. It's driving distance. It has a parking lot right across the street. So as we were sitting there, the pastor that we was there with, she has shared a story with her husband, and it when we got back to the room, it made me start asking questions to Trina. Hey, so where's your place that you go for that? And and then I said, well, babe, we can't go to the beach all the time because it's so far away from us. I said, have you ever just went down to the pond and just, because it has fountains, and so you can hear the fountains going and everything. So it's a really nice, calming place. The kids love riding there. I took Nick there fishing, so it's very, very nice, and it's quiet. You can walk down to the water's edge, or you can just stand on the top of the hill and just look down at the water. And I said, babe, just go there. Like, see what happens,
It's a little cold now, so I'm gonna have to get the little fountain we got and just allow that to add the water atmosphere, because
We ain't throw that up.
no, we ain't
Okay,
throw it
cool,
out.
cool, cool. All right. If not, I'm gonna have to build one or something with the water
No, we
hose.
still
Let
got
you
it.
turn that thing on and just get the little fountain going or something. But nah, but you know what, babe? If you go out there, I bet God keep you warm. I bet.
You right.
I'm telling you, you're
You
gonna go
right.
out there. You're gonna be like,
You
dang,
right.
you
You
know, it
right.
was 30 degrees, but I was sweating. Yeah, it'd be that serious. It'd be that serious. Like this dude is so powerful, man. I'm telling you. And I say this
This
to Trina all
dude.
the time. See, I was getting ready to cover myself because I say this all the time. I always say we don't know if God is so we don't know. So that's why I had to correct myself. We don't know. But I always say that.
No, you when you were saying this dude, if that's how you and God talk to each other, that's how y'all talk to
That's
each
our
other. Like
relationship.
everybody is different.
That's our
Some people
relationship.
can be like, just whatever it is. So we understand it. However God talk to
Yeah.
you, that's how God
You
talk
gotta
to you.
talk to him.
And you cannot judge somebody's interaction,
Nope.
right? Like with somebody's prayer and they praying, their prayer not gonna sound like my prayer. But I can't. Well, they don't know how to pray. I
Well,
can't do that. They
well,
got their own relationship with
hold
God.
on, hold on. Listen, she judged me about my prayer the other day because I
Because you
said,
were saying the kids.
listen, see, did she go with the kids version? Ain't no kids version of the saying your grace. That's what I learned. So
Oh,
I love
you
that
right. I'm
prayer.
sorry.
I love that prayer. If it's the kid version, it's the kid in me that like to say that. So
You right.
I
I
always say that.
apologize.
I
I
always
apologize.
say that prayer.
He was
So
saying grace, y'all, and he was going. He did the kid. You right.
don't
I
say kid,
do.
babe. I did my version.
Okay, he did your. So
Did my
you
version.
right. I do apologize.
Yeah. So, but you see that? Like I just told her, and we can laugh about it and keep it moving. That is the beauty of retreats. That's the beauty of therapy. That's the beauty of putting God first. Like,
Cynthia got your back.
yeah, yeah. She do it like you say that prayer too. I need everybody in the comments right now. If you still say the prayer that you said when you was a kid, give me a 1 because it's short, sweet, to the point. Yes, it's time to eat. And the good man, no, we've been hungry all day.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, but yeah, no, it's amazing.
Kimberly said we must be like a child. You right. That's why I apologize because you right.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Give me the 1. Yes. They don't listen. As long as you blessing your food, how it's blessed, it's just gotta be
You
blessed.
right.
You
You're
know.
right.
But I didn't take it personal when Trina said that. And I didn't get mad that she said it because we laughed at it like we doing now. We laughed at it. Be able to go back to that inner child and have fun with your wife.
That part.
You
Yeah.
know, because when you was young, you thought about growing up and being an adult and all that. Now that we are adults, let's go back to being kids again.
Adulting is overrated.
Go back to being kids with your spouse, man. I'm telling you, we played a game. What was it called, babe? The
Last couple
last couple
standing.
standing. And Rick and Tiff played with us. We know Rick and Tiff, but another couple came in, and it was so funny because they came in late and they came and sat at our table, not knowing that they was gonna be playing this game with us later. We didn't really know we was even gonna play the game, but I went back to the room, grabbed the game, and we sat down and played. And so as they read some of the questions, they like, oh, y'all play this game. Like, yo, listen, if y'all have friends that are solid, don't play this game with nobody who rocky on their merge. Because you're gonna be going to a divorce hearing. You're gonna be going to
No,
court.
you won't. You
Right?
just you
Like,
might have a little
you're gonna have a
argument.
little argument.
But you
Yeah.
might, but it was funny because it was like real questions, and it was just funny because like one of the question was like if you was in a situation or something and you had to choose saving your wife or saving your mom, what would you do? And so it's questions like that. So just stuff entertaining stuff. So
You
it
wanna
was
know
fun.
another one? You wanna know another one that was funny? Who is your spouse's ugliest friend? I mean, these are questions that are in this game. But it's fun because this like you gotta keep it. Don't be so serious about the questions. Keep the silliness in it because it's so much fun. What we played that game till 12?
We played it for a long time.
I think the session was over at maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. We played this game till 12. Had to get up at 7 the next morning tired, but well worth it. Well worth it. It was so last couple standing.
Mhm.
Get it. I'm telling y'all, it is hilarious.
Cynthia said, hands down, he's saving me if he wants to save his own life. I know that's
So I'm telling you, it is and then also this.
Wait, what was the last
The one where he
question?
said, "Would you say his mom or his
Oh,
wife?"
that was Rick's
That was Rick's
question.
last question. That they, but again, y'all. That's why I say you got to play this game honestly with people that you know are solid,
And I
or not. That's not really a personable person. Not
personable.
personable. What's the one I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But just make sure that the couples that y'all playing with, they solid in their relationship, because it
But
could waver. It could waver some things, but it was fun. It
but
was
I
fun.
don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying about being solid, but I also think it was a conversation starter because some of the questions, like we were laughing and joking
There you go.
about it,
Not easy offended. There you go.
right? Um, we were laughing and joking about the questions, but it really did open up dialogue amongst us in general about the topic and
Yeah.
just like how. So you don't necessarily have to have it all together, but be prepared. Like Cynthia said, no, you're not easily offended because it was some
Yeah.
wild stuff. I mean, you could take a challenge if you didn't want to
Right.
answer stuff like
Or
that.
it was a card where if you didn't really want to answer the question, you could say, "Nah, you answer it." So you get one challenge card and one no, you answer it.
Hmm.
So you can flip the question on someone. But
Yeah, Kimberly, it's not for the super sensitive. You gotta. It's fun. It's fun. Like when we first started, I was like, I don't know about this, but the more we got into it, it was like, yeah. So go
yeah,
get it. Last couple standing.
it's fun. It's fun. Trina also makes board games that are kid
The
friendly.
bingo.
Some kid friendly. She makes some kid friendly games, and then she makes some adult games. And check her out because they awesome. I get to be the
Oh my God. Okay, don't start taking this conversation.
we get to try the game out first before we put it out there. So it's a cool game, y'all.
Oh, it's time to get you over here.
Cause that's what they say. It was somebody on here said, I don't
Oh,
remember what it was, but it who's
oh,
that?
that is Felicia.
Ah, yes. Oh, she on yo. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about, man. Somebody on here with us that played the game with us. And boy, she says we had a ball. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. It was amazing. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Kelly. Thank y'all for
Absolutely.
for y'all wasn't with the naked and unafraid, but not unafraid, unashamed. But that's what this one was too. Because you kind of don't come in there with no personal stuff like nah. Open up. That's it. Open up, man. It's laughter, smiling, keep you young. I told y'all I was 132 years old. Y'all don't know. I just keep smiling. That's it. I smile all the time, and I tell my youth that, man, smiling keep you young, and sometimes you gotta smile to keep from crying. But
Yeah.
guess what? Cry too. Cry while you smiling.
That's another topic. Like
What?
emotions in men and
Oh, we can go there. That
but
might
that
be just a topic for just this
I
might
was
be a
about to say
hello.
baby you and Rick.
Yeah, we might have to bump the ladies out and just have a guys
Not a
only.
not a takeover.
Yeah, but it be still under the hello beautiful thing, you know.
Because men are beautiful too,
Yeah.
Rick.
So let's go there. Let's go there. So we love Rick and Tiff have a what we say a slogan. Would you say a
The team
slogan?
child.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
so whenever they introduce themselves, no matter where they go, they say, "I'm Rick
I'm Tiff.
and we are Team
Team
Child."
child. Yeah.
And we love it. I don't care how many times they say it. They could come up to the front door right now and say it. And I would love every minute of it. So we met a couple there. Well, we met the husband. He was there last year as well. And he said, you know what? Y'all should be Mr. and Mrs. Beautiful. That's our name now, y'all. We are Mr. and Mrs. Beautiful. So Trina has had these shirts. I know y'all we saw what we won the first session, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first live we did, it said, of course, y'all know Trina's hello, my name is Beautiful. Y'all can see it up here in the top little logo right there. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm pointing at it right there. That little thing right there. Yep. Hello, my name is Beautiful. She made me a shirt and it says, hello, I'm with Beautiful. And people loved it. Like the people were amazed by these shirts. So go get y'all a shirt. Let me tell y'all, a lot of people came dressed on the what was that, the first day, the first session we had, that were dressed alike. Um, One couple had on burgundy and like grayish color jogging suit. Then me and Trina had on our shirts.
It was taking you back to those Kings Dominion days.
Yeah.
When you went as a couple and y'all did the same outfit.
Oh, look what
We
she
would
just
see
did.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Felicia, they do make you want to buy after no nuts.
Hey, man, y'all better go get on them joints.
Cynthia said we're married to Beautiful. Come on, I receive.
But look, that one.
Oh, yep. It's on the prayer list,
Yep.
Cynthia.
Yeah, it's gonna rock and
Alicia
roll.
said truck and her and dress alike.
Man, listen,
we gonna have to have that. Like,
Yeah.
come with your best self, best back in the day, not back in the day, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, come dress as find your best look-alike outfits and put them on show, because it wasn't just that couple. Rick and Tip was dressed
quite a
alike.
few.
Me and Trina was
Yeah.
dressed alike, and the pastor was like, "Next year we are doing a dress alike day. Everybody gotta come dress alike." And I was
Because
like,
it takes you back to that childhood
childhood.
day. Like,
yeah,
when you young and you going, and you dressed alike and you like, okay.
you went to Iris and Mall and
Right.
got you a spray shirt, got you a spray hat, get you one too. And then you got her name on you. She got your come on. I'm trying to tell you. Fila sweatsuits. Yep. Actually, we ain't even twins. Me and my little brother, 7 years apart. They made us dress alike forever. I got a picture in the house. Me and my little brother dressed like with my older brother. He got on a different colored sweatsuit, but me and Jesse got the same color one on, and we ain't even twins. So trust me, I know it. But I'm telling you, I walked in my hello. I walked in it. I'm with Beautiful. I walk in it, tall, chest out, suck my stomach in, so that way it look a little bit more protruded out here and not this way. Listen, y'all. Yeah.
You was embracing your beautiful babe.
Nah, babe, I'm embracing your beautiful. I'm embracing your beautiful, babe. Now what I say? It didn't say hello, my name is Beautiful. It said hello, I'm with Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Tell me. Nah, she all mine. She all mine. She all mine. Yeah, for real. But nah, listen, it was an amazing experience. As long as they keep having it, we're gonna keep going, because I just don't really even know how to explain what this does for us. I'm not even gonna just say for me, just for us, because it opens up your eyes to stop thinking that you're in your relationships or you're in something alone. No, just open up, send somebody a text. They always break us up in sessions. They had the men in one room, the ladies in another room, and they allow us to express ourselves and to be able to talk and not feel judged or anything like that. Because like we know you got those friends that you may talk to and you don't really open up to them like that, because you feel like they may go back and tell somebody, or they may judge you for having these feelings or something like that. You don't get that here. I can't speak for the lady sessions, because
It's the
I
same
don't go
way.
in there, but I can speak for when I'm in other sessions with the men, and I speak for all the sessions that we in. No matter if we together or we separated in these sessions, it's no judgment ever in none of these sessions. They're not there for that. They there to uplift you. They there to make sure that you can go another 5, 2, 3, 10 years. It's get these stereotypes out of our heads. If you around youth, get tell these youth, tell the youth, get the stigmas out of your head that you are a weak man if you are seeking help. No, no, you're a weak man if you're not seeking it. If you're not trying to better yourself, if you're not trying to better your relationships, if you're not trying to better your marriage, then that's when you become that weak person. I ain't gonna say weak man because it goes both ways. If y'all not doing it as ladies, we being weak, we closing ourselves off. And when you do that, you're blocking so many blessings that can be thrown at you. And I'm telling you. So don't block your blessings.
Invest in yourself, invest in your relationship, invest in you, period. Like you can't you
This
could
week gonna be big, babe, because I had to take the wrapper off so they don't know no
you
sponsorships.
got the so no, we do have a sponsorship. It's just we gotta locate it because somebody did send us some lip balm based on last week's episode.
Listen,
So when we get it out the box, I'll do the shout out then.
I watch a lot of TV, and then when I be watching TV, they be hiding the logo. So if they ain't paying us, it ain't going on.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
This is fun.
yeah. So yeah, man, I took down a couple of the gentlemen's phone numbers there, and we got to hold each other accountable. Hold each other accountable. Uh, don't then when you see a good man call you, don't put the phone down. If you ain't busy, pick it up because you never know what you picking up the phone may do for that person, or you picking up the phone may do for you.
Mhm.
You never know. It's been several times where with one of my homeboys, I lost him with 39 now. We graduated the same year, high school, 2002. I lost him at 36 years old, and there was times where he was going through stuff in his relationship, his marriage, and I wasn't answering the phone. I can't even say because I was busy. It was just not answering the phone, and I kind of I kind of lost him. So, but I can't live in the past and say I wish I would have did this. I got to now move forward and help those that I can.
You learn from it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
learn, you
yeah.
learn from the hurt, the past, the losses, and you just realize, okay, I can't take life for granted. So now when that phone does ring, you can answer it and because you do, like you said, you never know when
Never
you
know,
might need to.
never know. And don't shoot a text. Don't shoot a text. Call. Because a lot of times I told Trina this. I said I don't like to send a lot of text messages and emails because we can take text messages and emails out of content, and then it's like, man, why she say it like that? How you know how she said it was a text message? you know. So I try to honestly pick the phone up. I sent Trina a text message earlier. I said, babe, I think we need to talk about this. And it was what? But it was Nick was sending the text message. So when I seen what, I picked the phone up because I'm like, what the heck would I do? Why she hit me with the what? But it was Nick was answering, responding in text. So when I called her, we were talking about like she was like, oh no, we could do that. Then she sent me a text. She was like, that was Nick responding what? And then at once I seen what and I talked to her, I already figured it was him. but it was she gave me that reassurance as well once she seen it like, oh no, that was Nick, that wasn't me. But yeah, like we can't take things personal when you do have a disagreement. Y'all gotta remember this. We are all human beings, and every human being may have two or three different personalities, not one.
Just two or three.
I mean, it could be more. It could be more. It could be more. I was trying to just leave it at the two or three. but y'all know what I mean. Because your your emotions change on a minute to minute, hour to hour basis. You can be happy go lucky when you wake up. So those of y'all that need to drive to work like I do, I don't have to get on the highway or anything. But when you hit traffic, what that do to people? Well, it change your mood. I know it changed my mood when I see traffic. Dang, bro, why everybody on the road? Move, Slim, I gotta go. Just dial it back. Dial it back and just ease through it. I guarantee you're gonna be like, all right. So yeah, we gotta just don't take things personal.
Rick,
Yeah, but that's why I said I kind of left it at the two. But some of us may have 10, some of us may have three, some of us may have several. But our emotions change on a day-to-day basis, on an hour-to-hour basis, a minute-to-minute basis, because of life is lifing. Life is lifing. It happens, y'all. It happens. So yeah, don't live in the past. Don't live in the past. Because the past you can't change, but you can change your future
yeah.
by investing in your relationships, investing in your marriage. Invest in it. Invest in it.
And it don't cost a lot. Like you don't have to have money to invest in your relationships. Like just spend time, figure out the 5 love languages. Like what's the love language of your spouse, your significant other, even your friends, your kids. Figure that out because when you do, you can figure out how they want to be loved. Not everybody is into gifts, right? Some
Right.
people are into quality time.
Mm-hmm.
Some people need words of affirmation. Some people, what's the other ones? I forgot. Y'all can go take the 5 love language, Gary Chapman, because I don't forgot the other two right now.
If
But
if y'all haven't taken that, please, both of y'all, take it. So, do you know the link, babe? Can we drop it in the chat?
I'll find it. But I know
We'll have it the next time.
If you Google 5 love languages, Gary Chapman, like he has one on relationships and then there's one on kids. Like it's all the things. So go take it because you'll be amazed at how you think you are supposed to love somebody isn't necessarily how they receive love. Like the way I receive love isn't the same way he prefers to receive love. And most of the time you're steadily trying, well, why can't I just buy him gifts? Well, if he's not into gifts, that's not
That
going to
ain't gonna
matter.
move him. That
I
ain't gonna
might
move
be a
him.
gift giver, but if that's not what he wants to receive, then what's the point? So
Right.
you got to understand just because you love to receive gift doesn't necessarily mean that
That your spouse
somebody
do.
else does.
Yep.
So
So yeah, it's definitely take that because that would help out so much because Trina thought that she told me what she thought mine was, but when I told her what it
oh,
was,
touch.
yes, but
Yep,
mine
that's
was
one of them.
and
I
she
thought
thought
that's what
she
yours
thought
was.
mine was touch. Because I love these fingers.
Here we go. It's
Yeah,
time to go,
I
y'all.
love these fingers. Thanks,
Thank you,
Tiff. Thank you,
Tiffany.
Tiff. Y'all, please, before we get off of here, just click that link so y'all have it in your favorites. We don't get no money for telling y'all to go do this or nothing. It worked because once I told Trina that mine's, and I didn't know this neither, because I really thought mine was touch too. I honestly thought mine was touch, but it ended up being words of affirmation. And I was like, dang, never really knew that. But when Trina will send me a synopsis on how much she appreciates
A
me.
synopsis,
Yeah,
though.
babe. But listen, don't stop them. Don't stop them because it's such an ego booster, Joe. I didn't want to let y'all know. If I don't know if y'all know what a semi is, it give me a semi.
Oh my God! Listen, babe.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Look, we've been on here way too long.
I'm sorry, but
He's-
that's for real. I'm being 100% honest with y'all. Y'all know this is unscripted. It's unscripted, and I'm gonna keep it 100.
babe.
And just those little things, man. It does a lot. So learn your spouse. Learn your spouse's love language because I'm telling you, it will work miracles for your relationships. Yeah.
Yep.
I hope the forensics never comes in here because I'm guilty.
On
I'm
that
guilty.
note, Tiffany said also take the apology one. I don't think we've done the apology one, so we need to go back. But
No,
I
never heard that.
invest in your relationships. Again, it doesn't have to be marriage. It could be friendships. It could be family members. It's in everything. Like you have to invest in yourself because how are you going to learn techniques for, conflict or
Shit.
just a reality check and like my situation ain't as bad as it is. So this will conclude the episode because he about to start going a different direction for us tonight. This is an unscripted, beautiful life. We love y'all. Remember
And who are we?
what?
Who are we?
Mr. and Mrs. Beautiful.
There it is. We're gonna end this with Mr. and Mrs. Beautiful.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Thank you.
Bye.